Oh, today, mon ami, mes amis, aujourd'hui, today, Uncle Randeaux right here, sir, we're going to have the berger haché, shepherd's pie, Uncle Randeaux Cajun style. All right, let's take a look at what we need for a shepherd's pie. Now, you've seen in restaurant, you go to a shepherd's pie. That's not Cajun, that's not French, no. But if you make it like Uncle Randeaux, I'm gonna guarantee you right now it's gonna be Cajun style. I don't do anything that's not Cajun style. I don't know how. All right, so let's see what you need. All right, bell pepper, the oignon, the onion, the garlic, those three things you have to have. Almost everything I cook is gonna have that. Some the carrots. This is from my garden. They're kind of small, but they're fresh out of the garden. Ooh, they're gonna be so good, yeah. I got me a stick of butter, we'll talk about that. Some scallions, some celery. I got 2 stalks here, I'm probably only gonna use 1. Parsley, okay. A fresh corn you can have. All right, this is the time of year when we're filming this, but right now I got mock chu. Look at my video on mock chu because it's special flavor. Or you can just cut it right off the corn. Me, I would not buy that frozen corn and put it in. It doesn't taste right to me. This is much more flavorful. Fresh off the corn. I put my mock chu in it. This is a whole bag I froze, but I want you to see. All right, I think I said I got the parsley. You got to have the Uncle Randeaux Yippee Cayenne. And some fresh ground black pepper. I got Worcestershire sauce. Now on this Worcestershire sauce, since it has salt, I don't add too much salt. All right, I might put a little, but not too much. You need the patate, some potatoes. Lâche pas la patate, mon ami. All right, you got some potatoes. And we got a pound of ground lamb. You can put regular beef, ground chicken, but the lamb, oh, that's the best, yes, chef. And you will see in a lot of, when you buy this, a lot of restaurants, they have those big English peas. The petit pois is what I would put in. Or you want to make it real Cajun, don't tell anybody. But man, I put in a little black-eyed pea. That's Cajun style, yeah. So again, not the whole can, not the whole bowl. We're going to see as we cook how much I want to put it in. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to chop all this up. I'll be right back and we're going to start the cooking. Okay, potatoes about done. You want to know when they're done? Very easy, it's boiling away. Stick the knife in, there it goes through. She's done, yeah, chef. All right, that's all we have to do. Now, that's about all we have to do. We're gonna get the potatoes ready. Now, if I were doing this, not showing you how I'd be doing more than one thing at a time. But right now, I want you to see how we do each bit of it. So, okay, what am I gonna do? Straighten this out a little bit. Okay, first I'm gonna put this stick of butter, the whole thing. All right, the potatoes are about filled up the pot here. It works out about right. I take a fork and I just start mix it up. You can take a potato masher. I have one. I like the fork. I feel like I have more control. Right? And I don't mash it till it's a complete goo. If you want to do that, get your mixer, put on those little things, and you can mash it completely. Yeah, got a little lump here or there. I don't mind. Right? Again, I keep the peelings on because I think it's good. That's where the vitamins are, they tell me. All right. But I like the flavor. On the red potatoes, I like the flavor. Okay, I almost always use the red because I just like it. Me, I like it better. But you can use regular potatoes, and I would leave it. I'd leave the skin on too. Okay. See, I'm mixing this all here. Now, I'm not quite done, but it's close. What I'm going to do. This is what I would call a 1/4 teaspoon heavy. All right. Generally, I don't measure. I try to figure it out to help you out a little bit. I put that in first. I want to see how this looks. You got to be careful now. If you put too much, you won't be able to undo the heat. You can add more potatoes. You can add more butter. You can add anything you want. Once the heat's in, it's in. All right. So I'll mix that up. This is about a 1/4 teaspoon of the red pepper, the cayenne. I did not put it heavy. I just put it. I'm going to watch it as I go because I don't want to make it too hot. Okay. I like a little tang, but I don't want it to be sweating, you know. And so I put it all in. A 1/4 teaspoon light, I would call it. Okay. This is Uncle Randeaux Cajun. It has a little extra power in it because it's fresh. All right. Okay, I got the butter. I got the mix. Now, this is important. Ah, here you go. That's what this is for right here. Yeah, take the garlic. Okay, and I'm going to put this in through the press. Okay, okay, just like that. I take it each time. Now I'm going to stir it and mix it all in. For those of you who have not had much pepper, go light on the, I go half of that the first time on the red pepper just to make sure. Okay, you can see I'm getting it all mashed up. All right. All right, just about done, about where I want it. Okay. I'm just going to set this to the side for a little bit. Because now I got to cook the meat and get that ready. All right, we're ready now to cook the lamb. I have the lamb in the pot. Okay, I just turned the fire on. I'm going to get it started. I'm going to add a little Worcestershire sauce. I don't have a measurement. Look what I'm doing right here. I cover the meat. That's all. Okay, because of this, I'm not going to add salt. I think there's plenty in that already. Okay, got to let that cook a little bit. I take my wooden spoon. I can start to separate it a little bit. Get the nice heat going. Okay. Again, I like my cast iron pots. They make it for the best sauces. Now, one thing I didn't mention before. Sometimes if it gets dry, it cooks too fast or you got to add water. You can add a little water. But if you have some beef bouillon, about a half a cup of that, it's real good to do with that too. Okay. For my salt, for my pepper, my black and my cayenne, about the same amount. This was a 1/4. All right, about a 1/4 teaspoon that is. Not too much. This was a 1/4 light, okay? This ends up in the oven in the end, but I still make sure it's all well done, cooked, because what I want to do is cook down all my stuff in here, okay? I'm going to go ahead and add my garlic and my onions, because that's got to cook down all the way, okay? Okay. Okay, we want all this white. This is going to be all nice and brown. Some people, they like to say it's caramelized. Me, caramelized means you put some kind of candy in it. I don't want any candy in my meat, no chef. All right. So we want to take a little while. Okay. All right, so I'm going to come back when you've seen this cooked a little bit more, and you're going to see me add all this other stuff. All right, I've been cooking this just a little bit. Let's add the bell pepper right now. Okay, because I want it to cook completely. I'm going to add the celery right now. Okay, and I'm going to add the carrots. Okay, and then we're going to cook this a while. I'm going to stir it up. I want this all to saute down. Maybe not much, but saute down to where it's not so hard and alive like that. And then what we will do next is we'll start to add the final stuff here. All right, we've been cooking a while now. I put a lid on it. It helps cook everything in there. So let's take a peek at what it's looking like right now. All right, I put my spoon down here. Let me go get it. Okay, you can see what it's looking like. I'm going to grab my other pot holder here. You can see it's cooking down very well. There's not much juice left. Okay, I am going to put this little glass. This is beef broth, just to give it that little flavor. Okay. Browns it a little more. Now, I'm going to put some mock chew. Look at my show, mock chew. All right, ladies and gentlemen, watch this all the way through too. Okay. I want to stir it around a little bit. Okay. So that's all I'm going to put of the peas. I'm going to put some more mock chew. This is a good flavor, yeah. Woo. Okay. Now I'm going to let this cook some more before I put the parsley. Parsley is the last thing I'm going to put in before I put it in the casserole bowl. I'm going to put those mashed potatoes on top. We'll put it in the oven. Should be all ready. But let's cook this a little bit more. I want the zoyon, the onions, and the garlic, and the bell pepper to cook down a little bit more. Okay. Put a lid back on it. And we'll catch you in a few minutes later, Yesha. She's been cooking a little bit more, maybe about 5-10 minutes since I saw you last. All right, look at that. Now, all I have to do, I'm going to add some parsley, not this whole bowl. All right. I'm kind of covering the top, and that's about all. See what I did? Save that for later for some other good stuff. All right, I'm going to stir this. And now I'm going to let this cook for maybe another 5-10 minutes. Everything's looking pretty good. Don't forget, cook it in the oven too. I got a feeling you're going to say, I never saw shepherd pie with all that much stuff in it. You know the shepherd pie from the shepherd when they were poor, the berger, you know? They had everything, they put everything they had in their house, whatever vegetables they had. They often had lamb, because that's what they had in the field. But they couldn't kill too many of them. That's how they made their living. All right, so richly, this is the poor man's meal. Yeah. So we're going to cook about another 5 minutes, just like that. Then I'm going to show you how to prepare it to put in the oven. All right, now let's take a peek. I think we're about ready here. Let's see what this is looking like. Now, take a look at that. You can see right there that that's cooked pretty good. The parsley's all nice and wilted. Everything's pretty good. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to turn off the fire. I'm going to put this a little closer here. I'm going to spoon all this into this dish right here. Okay. Now I'm going to spread it nice and even like that. All right, you can see. All right, next step. Let me reach back here. I'm going to get my pot. with my mashed potatoes. And I'm going to put the layer of mashed potato right on top. Okay? I'm going to spread it out over the whole thing. Woo! I can smell that garlic. Woo! Yeah! Okay, we're set. Now, what I have done, I got my oven set for 365. I preheated it. I'm going to put it in there for 30 minutes. That's all, 30 minutes. Sometimes I might take a peek. I'm going to look at it if I think I need to pull it out in about 20, 25. So I will check it. All right, so I'll put it in the oven. I'm going to show you when we're all done. Yeah, ooh. All right, mes amis. I just took this out of the oven. You can see there's a touch of brown at the top. I don't want it too much. Right, now what I want to do, and by the way, I looked in there to make sure there was a little juice sizzling all the time. I don't want it to dry out. I don't want it to be drowned, but I want to have some flavor in that juice, keeping the flavor. Just a little bit at the bottom. What I'm going to do, I'm going to let this sit for 10 minutes. We'll put it in that plate right there. And then I'm going to give you a little taste test, but I want you to see what this looks like right here. You can see that right there. That looks perfect. That was 30 minutes exactly at 365, all right? So, I'm going to be right back. We're going to taste this in just a minute. All right, I got it on a plate here. The mashed potato on top. Lamb. By the way, you use a cow, it's called cottage pie. I guess, I don't know, the British had a cottage, huh? So let's take a little taste, huh? I want to try to get as much of it all in one bite. Oh, c'est bon, yeah. Oh, you know? The fresh carrot. Not the English pea. We got a Cajun pea. Black-eyed pea. Everything's cooked down just right. So, mes amis, what do we say? Allons manger, la de la bon temps roulé, et bonne chance, mes amis!